I kept coming back to Anawati because there was hope on every side.
Você trata da globalização como o fim do emprego estável, mas a globalização também traz esperança em lugares onde a miséria é desesperadora, não é verdade?
One of the interesting things to me is that when for all these years in Anawati, no one that I can remember meeting in the slum was longing for a time before economic liberalization. They, and as Zerni Hussein put it, it's like we were all miserable then, and now some of us are miserable and some of us aren't. But I think they would prefer to have a sense that it is possible to have some kind of rise in your socioeconomic status by dint of they're living at the airport, a place that's been transformed by globalization. But one of the things that I think is interesting is that, part of what I try to resist as a writer is oversimplification. I think it's a very complex thing. With what you have now is an incredible inequality, in a growing inequality in urban India, which has a real toll on families. For instance, as a man named Karam Hussein said it, our children don't respect us because we can't buy them a car, we can't buy them the clothes, and in an earlier time, that kind of tension wasn't there for families. But at the same time, Karam's own wife is like, we'll work harder than ever, and we have more possibilities now, because they're working in recyclable garbage. That is, that's increasing with globalization and the ease of transport across borders. One thing that I feel personally is that if you do this kind of nonfiction work, you absolutely expect to be questioned. And when I put this book out, believe me, journalists from all over the world were in Anawati saying, did this really happen? And the people in the slum found it quite amusing. Like, people are asking if I exist, And I think that it's a good thing that we're talking about exposing journalists who make up quotes, that kind of thing. Why not? Because I think it gets us closer to a respect for truth, which doesn't mean, there is, it doesn't mean that any of us are infallible. I just think that when you make a mistake, you ought to correct it. It's a scientific method, just pull up your socks and say sorry. And